People pick and choose who they love. People pick and choose who they throw shade at. That's why I do what I want. And spending all your time won't never get it back. Time is money, don't be wasting my cash. Give it back, give it back, get it back. Hey, time is money, don't be wasting my stacks. Spending all your time won't never get it back. People pick and choose who they love.
What up, and welcome to the very 11th episode of the Pick Route. We are your hosts. My name is Patty.
What up, Dank's back.
What's going on, everybody? It's Quee.
Thank God Moose isn't on tonight. No one has to hear how miserable he is.
Freaking pissed at him.
Yeah, he won't be on. He told us about 10 minutes ago, so whatever. It's better without him.
Yep.
But tonight we are playing movie football player draft, and we'll get into what that is later on. But till then, let's get right to the pregame. Dank, what do you got?
So, I'm a little upset after last week.
Why?
Had a dominating performance in the trivia night, and my
Go back
partner,
and listen to episode 10.
my teammate, completely messes the whole thing up. So I will no longer be referring to him as Moose. All right, he has to earn that back. He will be known for me as Two Trick. All right, because he is a two-trick pony. All right, you heard of a one-trick pony? Well, Moose is a two-trick pony.
That's pretty good.
All right, if it's not about football or history, he doesn't know about it. And a 12-year-old would have known not to bet any points at the end of the game. But Two Trick thinks he's
Well, he
best
only
at everything, and
he
he
wagered
sucks.
5. He wagered 5, which is the worst amount of points you could have wagered.
Well, he could have went 5.5. and That would have been worse.
True. But yeah, you wouldn't have been there without him, though. He crushed the.
He did
crushed
good.
the
I mean, I had
questions.
quite a few of those answers too. I had him ready to go. He just said them first. But Two Trick he's an
There
idiot.
you go. He
When
is.
Quee brought it up last week too, he's like, "Yeah, wait till you get a question on colors."
Do you want to dive into that, Dank?
So next week, no. But next
had
week,
the
I think we
conversation
should
with
ask
Moose.
him. We
Yeah.
should ask him if he knows his primary colors,
We've had
which
this
he has a week to
conversation.
prepare now. So
Right.
he still probably mess it up because he's
Wait.
Two Trick.
But you know what he's going to do is that he's going to come on and we're going to get to, no, but all you guys can do is talk about me. So let's not talk about him anymore. Quee, what do you got?
Well, last week, I think you did or had probably one of the best topics or conversations that we've had in a while. And we just brought it on the show. But you talked about, and you had a quote about like the pursuit of winning.
Yep.
And how much of a huge piece really, that's like all, high school football coaches are trying to do. We want to win, obviously, but like the pursuit of it and what that unlocks. And it got me thinking about a couple different things. And, we're at this stage in the off season where it's like, well, and it's coming to an end, but you're spending the spring, like trying to figure out and get glimpses of kids, right? So that in June and July, you can kind of confirm if those glimpses of what they showed is going to be legit or they went backwards and was like, well, they didn't do anything all offseason, this and that. And it got my wheels turning. And I want to talk a little bit about your title run.
Ooh. Always down
So-
with this.
Yeah, because in the offseason, you're looking for specific things from a kid or from your group that stand out. And everyone always asks, like, what makes those teams so special, or why that team and not this team, or you need to have more seniors and, and all these, like, just random thoughts that get tossed around. So my first question for you is, was there a specific time or a specific moment in that season where you went home and said, we're going to win a state championship?
Honestly, probably not in that direct of a way. I remember watching film of the team we were playing in the state championship game that first week and go, we got a shot. We knew we had a very good team. So we were pretty confident throughout. And it's cliche to say, but it really was, just kind of a 1 week at a time deal. We didn't clinch a playoff berth until Thanksgiving anyways. So we really couldn't look past any day. And, those kids really did a great job of it. But, we knew it was a special group. We went to the playoffs the 2 years in a row, and we got further and further every year. So, we knew we had a shot. But credit to those kids that, they were able to really just kind of go 1 week at a time, one game at a time, and make sure that we get it done. So
I got you. And then you just mentioned it, but we were on the outside watching where we saw you guys getting closer. Mm-hmm. And then at school B, we happened to get pretty close as well. Mm-hmm. And I was thinking about that team, and it was kind of it had some irony in the season, and you try to pinpoint little things as you go. But now that you're in another place, you've been fortunate with some talent.
Yep.
Where, we joked about it. We're like, well, we'll never see back-to-back kids like that in the backfield. And then you got a third one. And we were like, you got to be kidding.
I know. And that's what, I was kind of going to bring up too is, I've thought of a list of why we won. And, why we had a successful season last year, not really to any of our standards, but why we were able to win it a couple years back. And the list is reason one is that we had really good players. And that's the end of the list.
All right.
They were really, really good players. They bought into what we were doing. And I used to say we had really good players. They bought into what we're doing, and the ball bounced our way a couple times, meaning we got lucky in a couple spots. Then I was thinking it's more we pounced on opportunities is more the way I'd put it. Like I said, we didn't clinch a playoff berth until the last week of the season, where if we lost, there was a possibility that we wouldn't even have made it into the playoffs. But the week before was a huge game for us. We're playing a bigger school that also had playoff aspirations and could have made it. And it was a back and forth game, and we're down in the second half, and they're on the 5-yard line going in, about to go up by 2 scores. And it's first and goal. They have the ball, and they miss the exchange between the quarterback and the running back, and the ball goes on the ground. Now that's being lucky, okay? But as I watch back and look at that clip, our edge player who squeezed tight like he was supposed to ran to the ball, got on it, got into the fetal position, knees up, ball, turned his back to the nearest offensive player. Our inside linebacker was also coming on blitz, then jumps on him and covers him up. So it was a drill that we worked, in that time where, if true luck, maybe the ball just bounces and we catch it, but it was a skill that we had practiced. And of course, we got lucky that the ball came out in the first place, but the kids were able to execute the opportunity. And it was things like that they were able to capitalize on those opportunities is the reason why, we ended up winning it all.
Okay. No, I mean, that it's pretty special when you see the drills translate as you need them to.
Absolutely.
Not, but when it's a specific like momentum shift or huge play, or you're coming off a takeaway and then you go and capitalize on something, like those types of plays create such a teachable moment.
Yep.
And it's way more impactful than when you're up by 26 and they fumbled and you recovered it and you like touch on it for a split second in film.
Right. 100%.
Now I want to ask you this too, and Dank, you can kind of give me your thoughts on this, but you just mentioned like on the list is talent, right? So you spent all this time developing it. If you take that away, what's the most difficult piece of coaching? If you're trying to repeat what you just got to, you know what I mean? Like, so you reach success. Now we had that weird COVID season, right? But you reach that success. Now you're in a new place. What is the most difficult piece when you take away talent?
So if you take, I'm trying to understand your question here. So like, we were pretty talented too at my new school.
Right.
But you're saying besides, like, let's just say like a lack of talent, what's the hardest thing to overcome? Yeah. I mean, especially going to a new place, and like I said, we had dudes all over the field. So if any of my kids are listening right now, don't think that I'm saying you guys are on top. But it's just, obviously getting them to understand a completely new system and terminology and stuff like that, because that was a lot of the deal, was that it was, we ran pretty similar stuff and they understood stuff. It's just I had different terminology than they were used to. So it's kind of like morphing those two things together of, well, this is what this was. But now I'm entering my second season, my third year at the school, is that kids are coming up just knowing my terminology. That's all they know. So, like we have this term Apex, and they just, or triple shoot in our Apex scheme, they said gap, fine, whatever. Doesn't bother me. But when I say Apex, you got to know what I'm talking about, because I'm going to say it, because, we just got to understand that that's what that is. So, but as they're coming through now and just using the terminology that we brought, it just gets better and better. I'm not sure if I completely answered the question there, but.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, like, the easy response to winning a state championship is, well, your kids have to be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, okay, well, if you take that out, like, all right, well, what am I working with? Like, you know what I'm saying? So, like, what you're saying though is perfect, because you're in a new place, and
But going back to but honestly, that's what it is though. Is if you want to win a state championship, you have to have really good players.
Right.
Point blank. Period. The kids have to believe in what you're doing, and I would say that our kids on the championship team they were extremely confident, and they have every reason to be, because that senior class had been winning since 8th grade. They won every step of the way, where to the point where every game we lost, and this is when we knew we had a special class of guys, is when they were sophomores. That was our first playoff year. Those sophomores, a lot of them were on the field and they were talented. We saw that, and that was special. But what was really, really special about them is in our 2 losses that year, those sophomores were bawling their eyes out, crying after losses as sophomores.
Right.
They get it. They were absolutely flabbergasted, stunned when we lost the game. Couldn't believe it, because it very rarely happened to them. If we were to go against the New England Patriots and they were to beat us, those kids would be stunned. Like, shocked. What is this? Like, wow, wait, they can score more points than we do. And like, it was the thing, me and the head coach at that school, which I think we're up to school D. We always thought we always kind of found it weird that they didn't really celebrate wins. It was just kind of something that they were pretty used to, where, we'd get on a bus,
Another day at the office, freaking
go
back
beat
to work,
someone by 50, get back on the bus. Was kind of the deal. And, we're like, man, we're not used to this because traditionally we were a sub 500 school for a long time. You guys know, you guys all coach at school, D.
Right.
That was kind of our MO was, 500 was a good year for us. And, every win we get, we're pretty freaking happy. But they would just get back on the bus and go, yeah, no, business as usual. Who we got next week? It wasn't until, we had a battle in the semifinals that they went nuts. And obviously, championship, they're going to go crazy. But really up until that point, there was no big celebrations or anything like that where, it was a big deal. Is they expected to win every single time they took the field, no matter who we were playing. So.
Yeah.
Dank, you got anything?
Yeah. Fortunately this year, I got, for my position, I got dudes coming back that, contributed a lot last year. And I think what it comes down to, you're never really going to coach differently.
Right.
But I think you're going to find stuff because you're used to maybe your kid, like, just being bigger, stronger, and faster. Like, that's how he ends up being more talented than a lot of these other dudes. And as a coach, you're probably going to have to find ways for dudes that aren't as talented, how they can win. You got to find ways for them specifically,
yes,
what they do well, and how we can, make that an advantage to them to get them successful.
Right.
And I think that has to do a lot with, like, the pursuit of winning. That's
right.
You have to find a way to connect to these kids and
yes,
to make them understand, like, listen, this is what you have to work with. Like, you're really not that tall. You're not that fast. Like, you got to do this perfectly if you're going to be successful at this position.
And that's kind of where it goes. That and they kind of alluded to it before, but for now, 6 seasons in a row, my running back has been one of the top in the state. I've just gotten lucky in that sense. Is that we've had 3-4 running backs that have been really good that we've been able to have in a row here. And Dank, I think you just said it perfect there, is those kids will be good no matter what offense we run.
All right.
We can run whatever offense, just put the ball in their hands and they're going to be really good. It's what are you doing with the other kids? How are you making those kids successful? What can they do to help, or when you use your star player as a decoy to one side, how are you going to make this kid, get this kid the ball and get him in space and get him successful and that type of deal. So Dank, I think you said it perfect there.
What do you got anything else?
No, I'm good.
I ate up a little of Moose's time, but we got
Moose isn't here.
Yeah.
Who?
Yeah, no, I just think there's so many especially like what we're doing for our game is there's a couple of there's a lot of movies and stuff about this going to state, and all this stuff.
Yeah,
and people just like assume like, oh well, it's not that hard. I'm like, nah, like
it was cool because one, the team we were playing was also really good. They had Division I guys all over the field, and we went down 14-0 in a hurry. And I remember, I think I was the only one that looked up and go, well, it's pretty cool that we got here. And then we came back and had a back and forth in the first half, and then we pulled away in the second. But it was fun. We have an older coach on staff who's coached at a couple different places. He was the head coach of one of the powerful programs in the state, but he had never gotten one. And we're out afterwards. We have the trophy, and he took the trophy in his arms and started rocking it like a baby. And he goes, I've been looking for you everywhere. Where have you been all my life? I've been looking. I looked for you at school E. I looked at you for at school F. That was cool. That was a cool moment. But it was a special day. And what they say is, when you win a championship with a team, it bonds you for life. And every time I see those kids and those coaches that we did it with, it's you have a special bond with every kid that you coach and every coach you coach with.
Correct.
But there's that little something else, that little something different when you're able to get it done. And I text those guys, and honestly, and I say it all the time, I went out, I was the offensive coordinator on that team. I got a head coaching job after that. I got to that spot because of those kids and those guys. It was
right.
They did all that, and I was able to put be put in that position to be able to do that. So owe the world to those guys. I kind of lost my train of thought there, but I had something else, but forgot it. But that's the truth, man. It's good players beat bad players, and it's just getting them there. So good.
Yeah, man.
Anything else? I mean, I'll talk about that year all night long, man. That was a fun one. But my kind of goes in the same kind of direction from a different kind of launching point is what we were just talking about. I saw a tweet from RG3 this past week about Hollywood Brown, and he said that Hollywood Brown did not leave the Ravens because of Lamar Jackson. He left because of Greg Roman, their offensive coordinator.
Mm-hmm.
And he said Hollywood Brown knows that in Greg Roman's system, it all depends on the running game and throwing to the tight ends, and he won't get the money that he would being a primary target at receiver from that spot. And I'm like, I don't think he meant it the way it sounded, like he's blaming Greg Roman. And obviously RG3 is a little bit closer to that situation than I am, having been in that locker room for the past couple of years. But I responded on Twitter with it too, was like, okay, but if you have Lamar Jackson and Mark Andrews, what are you going to do? You're going to run the ball and throw it to the tight ends.
Right.
So I see it more as Greg Roman using his personnel. So in that, if you go through that sense, then yeah, he did leave because of Lamar Jackson, because they're using to his strengths.
Correct.
And, not in a, it's fair, that's why he did it. But like, I'm still in the camp that like Lamar can win a Super Bowl. And I hate when guys say
absolutely agree.
He can't, or any running first quarterback can't win a Super Bowl. It makes zero sense to me, because, and it's like we put the Super Bowl on this pedestal of like, no, it's a game against another NFL team.
Right.
I've seen Lamar Jackson beat NFL teams
a lot of the times.
So what do you mean he can't go win it? What do you mean running the ball, which on every other level of football, you can't win unless you run the ball.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, of course, you do have to have, there's always going to be that spot in those runs where you have to have a quarterback make a throw.
Of course.
In a situation, which if Moose is on, he'd be screaming that he can't. But I've seen him make a couple throws, down the field and make a play. But like I was even looking through the whole thing, like take Lamar Jackson off the Ravens and put like a halfway decent pocket quarterback. Like I was even thinking today, it's weird to say it with this guy because I think there is some like unexplainable magic around him. But if Joe Burrow's on the Ravens, are they a playoff team?
Maybe.
Like there's some weird magic around Joe Burrow, but there's nothing special about him tangibly. Like he doesn't have the strongest. He's not in the top 5 for strongest arms. He's not in the top 5 for most accurate. Like I don't know. There's nothing.
He's a winner.
Super right. It's that magical little extra something. That you can't put your finger on.
It's
But in terms of
Michael
talent-
Jordan's secret stuff. He takes that every before every game, before every half. He freaking takes Michael's secret stuff.
It must be, but like so I like, and then people will point to, well, Greg Roman has always been a run first guy, so that is his system. When I look back, he was on San Francisco from 2011 to 2015 with Colin Kaepernick.
Mm-hmm.
He then went to Buffalo with Tyrod Taylor,
Mm-hmm.
and now he's with the Ravens. So it just kind of sounds like me. He just uses his personnel. Now, of course, in the NFL, there's a little bit more leeway in it where you can sign guys to kind of fit a system. But I always I can't stand it when guys say it's like, and I've said it before on this, is that I once had a coach tell me that he had a Division I tight end on his team, but he doesn't use a tight end. I'm like, well, you better figure out how to use a tight end, dude, because he should be on the field. So like I could kind of get it from that standpoint, but and again, I don't think that's what RG3 was specifically saying, is that it's Greg Roman's fault. I think I think the Ravens were both fine with letting him go, and he was fine with going because of that. But it does all end up coming back to what Lamar is.
A good player.
Oh, very good player. I'd take him.
Yeah, I think there was I just saw, it's funny that you brought this up. There was like a stat on Twitter, like really recent, that Lamar Jackson in his time in the NFL has the same record as Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's like, yeah, I think it's like he's won like 30, 38 games, I think, or like,
dude, you think last year
some more than that.
They lost multiple DBs, running backs right at the beginning of the season.
Yes.
And they were still
Lamar.
right there to make the playoffs.
Yeah. And then they lost Lamar. Lamar was out.
Right.
Yeah. I still like, I get it that, and like, to say something's not successful because they didn't win the Super Bowl is kind of wild, because I feel like I always have to explain to people, like, well, in any year, most teams don't win the Super Bowl.
I think 31 teams don't win it. Only
one gets to do it. So, like, give it a little bit more time, and it'll kind of figure itself out. It's always my favorite type of bets to take, because you can always find someone to take it, is when I see people go like, there will never be a running first quarterback that will win a Super Bowl. I'm like, I bet that there will be.
Right.
Because I can never be wrong.
Correct.
Anytime they do it. Because there's always next year for me, not for you. So, like, I never have to pay off this bet.
Correct.
But you will. Eventually, it's going to happen.
When someone offers you 10,000 to 1 odds, you always take that.
If John Cougar Mellencamp ever wins an Oscar, I'm going to be a very rich dude.
It's an Office quote.
Yeah, we'll do an episode on The Office one day, because Quee's a huge fan of The Office, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's my favorite show.
Fun pick route trivia question here is that we did a test show before our first ever show. That's what we did. We did a drafting characters from The Office. Not drafting. We put the characters from The Office
in positions.
Yeah. It was a test show, and I think we thought it went well, and then we're like, we're getting better, and we're like, oh, I don't know if I ever want that one to see the light of day.
Right.
So, anywho, ready to get in the game?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Sweet. All right. We are going to be drafting movie football players onto teams. And we're going to be trying to kind of keep it into teams. So it's like, we're not going to be drafting 4 quarterbacks, each in that first kind of go. So we're going to kind of try to keep it in a team. We probably won't have enough time to like completely fill out a team. We'll probably actually run out of guys before we each completely fill out a team, but we'll keep going until like we'll run out of clock. So is how we'll do that. We said no documentaries, but biopics are allowed, and it's movies
So
only, no series.
No documentaries, as in like the 30 for 30s and
Correct.
that shit.
If an actor was portraying them, they can be used.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Fair enough. Yes.
Because I didn't want Dan going, well, Ed Reed just drafting the 2002 Miami Hurricanes going, well, they're in the U. Like, no, that doesn't count. Okay, so that if an actor portrayed them in a movie, they are allowed to be picked.
Got it.
All right. So I have already gone ahead and I've randomly selected the order. And we'll do snake draft.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's going to be Dank, Patty, Quee.
Go.
Dank, Patty, Quee.
Pick, baby.
Okay, so Dank, you get round 1, pick 1. Who's 1-1?
Whew. All right. So
with
number
the
one
first pick.
All right. If you want to win, let Booby spin.
Oh,
baby.
wow.
Let Booby spin. And he can pass. But I'm taking him at the running back. I'm taking him at the running back position. I'm going Booby Miles.
Unbelievable to be taking a running back
Out of high school.
Taking a running back out of high school with the first overall pick. I mean, he was something else.
I just have the injury concerns, but you know.
Yeah, now a little bit of injury concerns. Got to deal with the knee, but he's got potential. I'm gonna go visit his distinguished ass. All right. Well, I try to keep this thing in terms of actual like draft integrity, I would say. Booby Miles was 8th on my big board, though.
8th on your big board, huh?
8th on my big board.
He was number 1 on my big board.
Obviously. Because I like to keep kind of draft integrity. So, but with the second pick of the draft, I am taking quarterback Steamin Willie Beamen.
Steamin Willie Beamen.
Out of the Miami Sharks from Any Given Sunday.
Number 2.
Yep. Willie Beamen, number 2 overall. Sorry, Cap.
I'm your quarterback. So Cap Rooney's back. I
All
feel
right,
this episode's going to be a lot of quotes.
Yep.
I'm going to go in a similar direction here. Yeah. I think if you're going to build a team, you got to start behind center, man. You got to have a guy that you can lean on. I'm taking Paul Crew.
Wow.
Fresh out of the joint.
Paul Wrecking Crew.
Wow, Paul Wrecking Crew.
Yep. Fresh out of the joint.
Got a little edge to him. Out of Florida State.
Little moxie.
Man. Except for that did he also, I mean, you got the point shaving scandal there.
Right.
That's how you know I'm a Hurricane fan, man.
Wait, which? Well, he went to Florida State.
No, I know, but
Which, real question is, which Paul Crew you take? You taking Adam Sandler or Burt Reynolds?
Oh, I'm taking Adam.
So would I. Queer, you get the 4th overall pick too.
Oh, man. So I'm going to go back to back, and I'm going to follow up with Bobby Bouchier, linebacker. SCLSU Mud Dog.
You'd be like Tiger Woods and his daddy.
Remember when Bobby Bouchier came back and said halftime of the Super Bowl and Mud Dog?
It's because he didn't hold anything back.
All right. Good pick, Quee. He was my 2 overall. I mean, just a 5-tool defensive player. He's phenomenal. I'm going to go back and I'm going to trust my big board here. I took an offensive guy with the first pick from the Miami Sharks. Now I'm going to take a defensive guy from the Miami Sharks.
Wow.
I'm taking Luther Shark LeVay, a.k.a.
Shark.
Lawrence Taylor.
No. He's $1 million man. You better not drop him.
Well, I'm taking him as a rookie, so not $1 million yet. All right, so Shark LeVay off the board. Dank, pick number 6.
All right. Well, I don't have a quarterback yet, but I'm going to protect him. I'm going to the blind side,
Nice.
and I'm going to take Michael Orr.
I was kind of hoping that I'd be able to steal him.
Nope.
Nope. No, you weren't.
And the way the draft's going, I mean, I can hold out on the quarterback for the rest of
You
the
really
draft.
can. You really can.
So with that, I'm going to go.
Well, until this episode, keep an eye on the clock.
Right. Well, I can't even see the clock on there. I don't know why it didn't come up this time.
Make sure I'm recording here for a sec. Okay, yeah, we are.
That would be great.
That'd be
really
awesome.
Great. I'm going to go defensive side of the ball. I'm going to go linebacker. Yeah. I'll go linebacker, Gerry Bertier.
I wanted big time.
Superman.
Left side.
Strong side.
He went linebacker Gerry Bertier from TC Williams. It'd be hard for him to play in that wheelchair, but
Hey.
I know Booby Miles is not really looking all that agile today.
all right. So if I looked,
He'll be all right.
oof, I think I might be able to risk it and get back to that guy.
Ooh. Bold strategy, Con. Let's see how it plays out for you.
All right. So I'm going to give my guy, Steamin Willie Beamen, a guy to throw to. Okay. And I'm going to take straight out of the joint Deacon Moss.
Deacon Moss.
Wide receiver. Mean machine.
Mean machine.
AKA Michael Irvin. There you go. Queen, you're on the board. Next two picks.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think I'm going to go defensive side of the ball next because I need a pass rush. I'm going to take Julius Campbell.
Nice pick.
Great pick. I mean, it's the top of the board is pretty obvious.
Right.
All right, Quee, you got the next pick too.
And then I'm going to follow up with Earl Meggett.
Oh, I wanted him
Good pick.
so bad.
Good pick.
But
With-
it does.
With a Band-Aid on.
Look at that little Meggett run.
Rocking in his Air Force Ones.
Yeah, great pick. And it was going to be one where I went back and forth with if I was going to take him. Well, I had two guys that I'm like, all right, but I'm going to keep it trusting my big board, the baddest dude maybe to ever grace a movie football team. I'm taking from Eastern State University in the program linebacker Alvin Mack.
Alvin Mack. Good pick.
Kill them all. You poop. Alvin Mack. I will put that on just like of him watching film. Kill the quarterback. Hit the tight end so hard his girlfriend dies. Him watching film is like one of my favorite just straight up YouTube videos. Yeah. Alvin Mack, Eastern State University. Timberwolves. Dank, you got two in a row.
2 in a row. Ooh. Do I go? No, I'm gonna go beef. I'm gonna go D-line.
Okay.
More of an edge rusher. Number 1 pick overall, Vontae Mack.
He's a linebacker.
He's
See,
an edge
what-
rusher.
So where did he go to college?
The
Ohio State.
State. Draft day.
I need to start doing the Boomer and TJ on fastest 2 minutes of just instead of saying where did he go to school, just go from. Because Boom always did that with TJ when someone is from Louisville.
Yeah,
That's where TJ went. So I'm going to start doing that with Ohio State guys. From. Good pick. I did a mock Dank
Yep.
a mock draft just to see where I'd be going on this, and I had you taking Vontae Mack number 1.
Yeah.
Just because.
Just because.
Vontae Mack. It's such an
No
underrated
matter
movie,
what.
man.
No matter what.
It
Vontae
really
Mack.
is an underrated movie.
It is. And it's got some chuckles. There's some good
There's some good
one-liners.
Fun fact, I had Vontae Mack as 22nd overall.
Okay. Well, that's according to you.
That's according to me. But you get the next pick too.
Yeah. I'm gonna go receiver.
Okay.
Get a receiver out here. I'm going with Tweeder, Varsity Blues.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah, I was actually texting with a couple coaching friends tonight that they asked what we're doing tonight. They're part of the 14.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm hoping I could steal Tweeder in the later rounds. But unfortunately I can't.
Can't do it.
Because you took him. Okay. All right. Because again, I'm just gonna go best available here. Wide receiver from the Arizona State Sun Devils and the Arizona Cardinals.
Nice.
Show me the money.
Show me the money.
Rod Tidwell. I felt a run on receivers coming. Just take it. Don't think. Just take it.
I mean, that dude got knocked out.
Yes, he did. He sure did. He sure did. But he got up.
He got up.
All right, Quay. Next two.
All right. Let's look at. All right. I'm going to go.
Take my next pick. Oh, you don't pick in front of me. Perfect.
Nope.
I'm going back to back, right?
Yep.
All right. I'm going to go with Petey Jones.
Ooh.
Locking up the middle of the field.
Petey, how many yards you going to have this year?
About 1,000. You put him at free?
Yeah. Zero fun, sir.
Petey Jones, running back. It was a
running back, y'all.
I saw it was a meme probably a couple years ago now at this point, but it's like all you girls loving on Ryan Gosling, forgetting how much of a liability he was in man coverage.
He's just getting beat. That's all. Like he stole something.
He's taking Allen out. Great, next pick.
I'm gonna. I need to get a receiver.
Starting to get slim pickings on receiver.
It really is.
Yeah.
Who'd you just pick?
I have one in mind, and I want to make sure I don't miss.
He just picked Petey.
Petey Jones. Yep, I got him.
Yeah, this is getting kind of quick. Let's go with some speed. I'm gonna take Clifford Franklin.
Yeah.
You want to do it, Dank, or should I do it?
You got it.
Cliff Flake going. What's it? Cliff Flake on go to get it. Cliff Flake on one coming down with it.
Like a one-man cold, Clifford Franklin.
Oh, so great. Does he have the elephant glue?
Oh yeah.
On his hands?
He learned his lesson.
It's so funny. Like I think it's one of the Maddens, where you are like as you play through like a career mode, they do this thing where they put like it's like draft news, and they have like these made up characters like go through the draft, and like if you play long enough, there will be a Clifford Franklin who plays for Washington State, who is really fast but has low catch. So like they put him in. They did hit like Neon Sandcastle is Deion Sanders. Like they have a couple like funny little jokes in there too with that. Clifford Franklin, only one going up for it. Clifford Franklin, only one coming
Coming
down
down
with
with
it. Clifford Franklin. Yeah, I mean, if he could catch, I mean, he's a burner. A lot
He's
of
good.
jet sweeps with Clifford Franklin.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to stay on the Washington Sentinels.
You.
Dude, if you look and you go back and really watch the movie, the best player on that team,
Yeah.
he would have been all pro if he hadn't beaten up those cops.
He played for
allegedly.
Minnesota, baby.
Played for Minnesota, baby. Earl, Ray Smith, Wilkinson.
That was gonna be my pick.
Yo,
I was hoping he was. I was hoping he was gonna slip a while.
Dude, I didn't realize until I watched a bunch of these movies like this week just to like get ready for this and write down like especially a lot of opposing players who were good, but I never caught that they call him Ray Smith while they're playing.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Did you not know that or that I didn't catch it?
I didn't know you didn't catch it.
Oh, okay, yeah. His name is Ray Smith. I've never caught it during it, but yeah, Earl Wilkinson, probably the best player on that team.
Because Madden goes like says he's been a resident for
right,
for
right,
whatever
like
12 years. And
I knew all
he
that.
does
I
some
knew this
fancy broidering with the ball, and he likes to embroider.
Right, and I knew he said all that, but like I never caught that they called him a different name.
Yeah.
Dank, 2 in a row.
2 in a row. All right. I'm gonna stay with the DBs. I'm gonna go with Chavez.
Nice.
From Friday Night Lights.
Yep, Brian Chavez. It's funny because that's based off the book, and which is written off of a real story.
Yeah.
Well, it was just this author followed him around, and like the book is actually pretty boring. They like talk a lot about like oil prices in Texas. Like it's like, all right, dude, this isn't what I thought this would be. But Brian Chavez is actually an offensive lineman.
Oh, really?
But they're like, yes. But they're like, yeah, we kind of want a defensive guy, and this is a little bit more exciting. But yeah, you get Brian Chavez at free safety. But he's, at slow.
Yeah.
He might have been a tight end, but yeah, he was I think he was a tight end. But yeah, Brian Chavez played there.
And then I'm gonna go receiver. Let me know if this one counts.
Okay.
So he played on any given Sunday, and he caught a touchdown pass.
It counts. I'm writing it right down. I can say it for you.
Owens.
What team did he play for? It was the first. No, it wasn't the first team.
No, he played for the Sharks.
Did he?
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. No, I'll count it. Great pick in the 7th round, Dank.
Yeah.
Not even on my bid board. Should have had him there. Okay. I want to update this. I want to run through who's been picked so far. So far, it has been first pick was Booby Miles to Dank. I took Steamin Willie Beamen. Quee took Paul Crew. Quee took Bobby Bouchier. Then went Shark LeVay, Michael Orr, Gerry Bertier, Deacon Moss, Julius Campbell, Earl Meggett, Alvin Mack, Vontae Mack, back-to-back Mack.
Ooh, nice.
I didn't even realize that when
Return of the Mac.
Return of the Mac. Next is Charlie Tweeder, then Rod Tidwell, followed by P.D. Jones, Clifford Franklin, Earl Wilkinson, Brian Chavez, and Terrell Owens. Okay. I
think you got those fries that'll cross your eyes.
All right. I'm going to trust my big board. Because I think I might be able to steal him later, but trusting my big board, I'm going to go with tight end Brian Murphy from the Washington Sentinels. Would have gone in the first round if
Would've
it
gone in
wasn't
the
born
first round.
deaf.
How am I
Never
gonna
jump
talk
off
to
sides
him?
in an audible.
Learn how to sign. Oh, horse. Best thing about our
All right.
offensive weapon is he's wiry.
His letter. All right, Queen, you got back to back.
All right. All right, I can't have a football team and not have Mark Wahlberg on it, so I have to take Vince
Ooh, nice.
Papale.
I'd say it's a little early.
A lot of competitive spirit from Papale.
Nasty in the backyard. I'll give him that.
Yep.
All right, Queen, you get the next pick. First pick of round 8.
And then I'm going to double up in the backfield. I'm going to take Billingsley.
Okay.
Ooh, okay. Don Billingsley, fullback. Billingsley from Odessa, Permian. Pick.
Yeah, I need a little toughness back
That's
there.
right. Hell yeah.
And we have it
Right.
now.
Yep. Okay. I think I can keep. There's a guy I have that I think I could steal because I don't even think you guys have seen this movie. Let me just
There's
make
a
sure.
good chance I haven't seen it then.
I do have how many? Okay, nope. I'm not going to take him. Okay. You know what? Time to protect. Time to protect here. I'm going to take Louis Lastic.
Nice.
O tackle. TC Williams.
Nice.
Got to lose some weight, but once he does, I think he'll be a good one for us. Dank, you're up.
All right. I'm gonna go back to the D line. I'm gonna take 2 D linemen right here.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna go with Switkowski
Nice.
because he broke it in your bag. I broke it in your toy. I love little Michael. And I'm gonna go with Ivory Christian.
Nice. I wanted him so bad.
Well, you're not gonna get him.
I'm not going to get him. But Ivory Christian is awesome.
Dude,
A badass.
unbelievable.
How he went nuts during the state championship game.
Yeah.
That was great.
It's when those dudes need to show up.
Right. Okay. I am going to also go D-line, and I'm going to take Steve Latimer from The Program.
Yep.
That's the movie I don't think you guys have ever seen.
Starting defense, place at the table.
Yes, sir. Latimer always painted his face for the
Yeah.
games. He's a badass. Go Timberwolves, baby. All right, Quay, you're going back to back. I feel like Quay's board is getting thin.
I mean, there's some
So,
movies still out there.
There is.
well, I need some linemen right now,
Mm.
Yeah,
and I have back-to-back picks.
I know my next pick. I'm so excited.
So I don't know if I know the last name of these dudes. I don't think it's
There's
like
some of them
actually
that
said.
There's some of them that not, but I did do a deep dive, so I might be able to help you out if you find them, if you need it.
Well, with my back-to-back picks, I want Andre and Jamal from the
Jackson.
from
The
the
last name
Sentinels.
is Jackson.
Oh yeah,
Okay, very
we don't have to do
important.
this anymore. We playing football.
What, football?
Football. Football.
All right. Three. Very important though. Who's going first?
who's going first?
Yeah.
Who's 27?
Who you
Who's
taking?
28? You got to
Yeah.
tell them.
I want Andre first.
Okay, yep,
Then
that's
Jamal.
the right answer.
You're about to get shot.
Just tell him it was alphabetical. But good. I mean, it's bad for the rest because the best tandem guards in the game
You're right.
until Jamal got traded and they both fell apart.
Both fell apart.
Sad. All right. With the 29th pick of the 2022 movie character draft, I almost did it again, Dank.
Yep.
I am
'Cause you're
taking
stupid.
running back from Florida State, Ray Jennings.
Ray Jennings. We take Ray Jennings.
So we take Ray Jennings. I want to do a trade with you, Dank, and call you a pancake eating motherfucker at some point tonight. But he just edged out another running back on my board. But you know, Homa Luma or Huma Wama or whatever. I was diving for him, but Ray's not there. He teleported 3 feet to the left, and then he's ghost.
Ghost.
Ray Jennings, Cleveland royalty. Ray
Cleveland
Jennings.
royalty.
Really, Terry Crews played for the Browns too. Dank, back to back.
Yep. So I'm gonna get my quarterback in here. He's a replacement player, but he plays good
Okay.
in the moment. I'm gonna go with Shane Falco,
From
the Ohio State.
Footsteps
Shane
Falco from Ohio
Footsteps
State.
Falco. The one and only.
All right, so we're gonna go. Let's go. What's a clean place to end this? We'll go 14 rounds.
14 rounds. What round?
We're
are
on
we
round
now?
11 right now. We're on round 11.
Okay.
All right.
Do I go O-line? So I get another receiver. Oof.
Take a pick, Dank. You're on the clock.
Okay. I'm gonna go linebacker here. All right.
I know where you're going.
And I don't think you do.
I think I do. I'm already writing it.
Are you?
Yep.
I'm gonna go with the icebox.
Oh, I didn't. Okay. No, it's a great
Dudes
pick.
at the goal line.
Yep.
Can come right off the bench, like without stretching, and just fill in at quarterback or any position you need. But I'm gonna play her at outside linebacker.
Great pick. Becky O'Shea.
Becky O'Shea. Who's that cheerleader running on the field? That's no cheerleader. That's my niece Becky. She's pissed.
She's on my big board. Not where I think you were going. Where I thought you were going when you
The
went
icebox.
linebacker. It's a great pick though.
Yeah.
She's phenomenal. I have 2 linebackers. One could play outside. No tackle. Okay. But just is that what my big board? Yep. I'm gonna go with my big board's telling me to do. Another linebacker, certified psychopath from the Washington Sentinels, Danny Bateman.
Danny Bateman, SWAT team officer. What college you go to?
Michigan State?
Yeah.
Yeah, buddy.
A lot of Big Ten schools.
A lot of Big Ten
and their
schools and
replacements.
movies. Yep. Hey, got to be good somewhere.
Yeah.
Quee, go ahead, back to back.
All right. Getting a little thin here for my liking. Oh boy. I want to go back to that Little Giants movie, but I feel like I'm like
There's
a
another
couple
good pick.
taking an easy way out, and I
There's
don't
a
wanna
couple
do that.
dudes there.
There is.
I'm gonna save one for. I'll save him.
Oh boy.
You're
He
gonna-
might not be there. He might not be there when he comes.
Nah, I think he will. I'm gonna. I need a corner because I have yet to pick a corner today. So I'm going to take Sunshine.
Nice pick.
At corner.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where
in
he
the last game, he goes, Coach, I could use your help on defense. And they put him going both ways, and he plays corner.
All right.
locked it down.
Dude, and you
right.
can put him at fullback if you wanted to.
I mean, you saw it. One day in game. Cool, your next pick.
So now I'm going to follow up with the Little Giants,
Nice.
and I got to take Spike.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know his last name?
Care.
Spike don't play with
Spike
girls.
don't play with girls.
What is his last name?
Any ideas?
Nope.
I had to look it up. Spike Hammersmith.
Hammersmith. Nice.
Yep. He plays for the Cowboys. I'm trying to think. I have all the team names here too. I'm trying to. What was the town? Oh, shit.
The O'Shea brothers. Urbana. Yes.
Urbana.
I'm not going to lie. I think Spike's dad might be a fucking solid pick.
He'd be pretty good too, huh?
He
can coach. Psychopath, but
yeah, he looks like he can take an Oklahoma drill with Danny Bateman.
mm-hmm. Okay, with my pick, oh my god, I still have so many good linebackers left, but I've only taken one O lineman.
Movies are stacked with linebackers. Yeah, it's crazy.
I know they're actually better than quarterbacks.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna go with an offensive lineman from the West Cannon Coyotes. I'm taking Billy Bob.
Nice.
Got to be other somewhere. Dank, 2 in a row.
Yep. I'm gonna go O-line also.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna go with Jumba from the Replacements.
Nice.
Sumo wrestler. Expert using his hands.
If I'm not mistaken, that's what pass blocking is.
That's
right. Yeah, Jumbo Fukama or something like that.
Something like that.
I have him on. Yep. Fumiko.
Ooh. I think I'm gonna get a steal of the draft.
Uh-oh.
I need another receiver. I think he played receiver in there, no? Or he's more of a specialist. But you know where I'm going with this, Patty?
I think I do. I'm writing it.
I'm gonna take Forrest Gump.
Yeah. Yep.
Alabama.
He was more of a return guy, but
yeah,
if you could teach him something,
right?
Sheesh.
He'll just keep running.
He's the way I was running. All right. So my last pick, I took Billy Bob. My next pick, I'm gonna take Reggie Ray from Not Another Teen Movie.
Oh yeah.
same actor, basically the same
works.
character. The John Hughes Wasps.
Okay.
Is where he played. Wait, 2 in a row. These are the last 2 picks.
That movie is great.
So funny. Little injury concern for Reggie Ray, but pair him with Billy Bob, I think he'll be all right.
All right. Well, I can't have a team without a kicker, right?
I mean, you can't. I'm not going to have a kicker.
I'm not having a kicker. Booby can do that for me. He can do it all.
But there is one kicker that should be drafted.
Absolutely.
Go ahead.
He's got to get picked. So I want Nigel Gruff.
Yep.
So I could watch him smoke cigarettes on the sideline.
He's wily.
Ole.
And this is my last one.
Your last pick. Yep.
Ooh.
We are overtime.
Give me Cheeseburger Eddie.
Nice.
Ooh.
Where did he end up playing? What position?
Tight end.
They had him at tight end?
Yep.
I got these fries that'll cross your eyes.
Yeah, I don't think he was very good, but like a developmental piece. I think Terry Crews actually played in the NFL.
I mean, he looks good. He
He's
looks the
huge.
part.
Yes, he does. All right. My last pick. All right, I'm gonna take E-tackle / fullback from University of Louisiana.
Ooh,
Big old
nice.
choo-choo train, Greg Meaney.
Meanie. They're using Meanie on offense. Last game of the season, can't hold anything back.
The UL Cougars. All right, Dank, Mr. Irrelevant for the movie draft.
Yep. I'm gonna finish up with my middle linebacker.
Ooh.
I already have one. I'm gonna get the other. I'm gonna take Battle
Nice.
from the longest yard, who is Goldberg.
Yes, I did find his full name. It is, he was actually 17th on my big board, but I took too many linebackers. It's Joey Battaglio. I think it
Nice.
showed up on his, like, when they did like the 5-star
Oh yeah,
deal they found on the computer. I think that's the only place it shows
half
up.
a star.
We'll sell it to pay-per-view. We'll call it half a star versus superstar.
Have a pillow fight.
What's my maniacal ass? All right. Bring it up, take a knee. Thank you for listening. Thank you to our good friend Savino for the use of our theme song, Time is Money. You can find him on Instagram at Savino_music. Look up Savino, that is Savino. Thank you to Sarah Wyatt for the creation of our logo. Thank you to our producer, Brian Miller. Follow us on social media at The Pick Route across all channels. That's Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube at The Pick Route. You can email us game ideas, thepicroute@gmail.com. New episodes every Tuesday. Find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, or wherever you get your podcasts. And remember, until next week, it could be worse. You could be playing for us.
People pick and choose who they throw shade at. That's why I do what I want. Spending all your time, won't never get it back. Time is money, don't be wasting my cash. Give it back, give it back, give it back. Hey, time is money, don't be wasting my stash. Spending all your time, won't never get it back. Spending all your time, won't never get it back. Wasting all your good years living in the past. We only got this one life, get it on track. Money on my mind, all I think about is cash. I tell her swallow deep, cause I like it like that. I got that magic break a backboard, don't get like Shaq. Paul strapped up bombs like Iraq. Fuck your feelings, show me facts. If we ain't talking stacks, I don't got time for that. Pick and choose who they love. People pick and choose who they throw shade at. That's why I do what I want. Spending all your time, won't never get it back. Time is money, don't be wasting my cash. Give it back, give it back, give it back. Time is money, don't be wasting my stash. Spending all your time, won't never get it back. People pick and choose who they love. People pick and choose who they throw shade at. That's why I do what I want.